Welcome to Magic Tale World, where every story comes alive with wonder. Let's open the book and begin our adventure together.
Once upon a time, in a kingdom far, far away, lived a king with his 12 beautiful daughters. Every morning, the king was faced with a perplexing mystery. The princess's dancing shoes, which were perfectly new the night before, were worn through as if they had been dancing all night long. But how could this be? The princesses were locked in their grand bedroom every evening. The king was so puzzled and worried that he made a royal proclamation. Any man who could solve the mystery of the worn-out shoes within 3 days and 3 nights could marry the princess of his choice and one day inherit the kingdom. However, anyone who tried and failed would be banished forever. Many princes and noblemen, drawn by the challenge and the beauty of the princesses, came to the castle. They were given a room next to the princess's chamber so they could keep watch. But a strange sleepiness would always overcome them. By morning, they had discovered nothing, and the princess's shoes were once again tattered and torn. One by one, they were sent away in disgrace. One day, a poor, humble soldier, whose leg had been wounded in the war, was traveling through the kingdom. He met an old woman on the road. She asked him where he was going. The soldier, with a bit of a laugh, said he was thinking of trying his luck at solving the mystery of the dancing princesses. The old woman smiled kindly and said, "That's not as difficult as you might think. Just be careful not to drink any of the wine the princesses offer you in the evening. And here, take this cloak. When you wear it, you will become invisible." The soldier, surprised but grateful, took the magical cloak and thanked the old woman. He presented himself at the castle, and despite his simple clothes, the king allowed him to try. That evening, just as the old woman had predicted, the eldest princess brought him a cup of wine. The soldier cleverly pretended to drink it, but let the wine trickle down into a sponge hidden under his chin. He then lay down and soon began to snore loudly, pretending to be fast asleep. The 12 princesses, hearing his snores, were overjoyed. They opened their wardrobes and put on their most beautiful gowns, their finest jewels, and their brand new dancing shoes. The eldest princess went to her bed and clapped her hands. The bed sank right into the floor, revealing a hidden staircase. One by one, the princesses began to descend. The soldier, who had been watching all along, quickly threw on his invisibility cloak and decided to follow. He was a little clumsy and accidentally stepped on the hem of the youngest princess's dress. She cried out, startled, "Someone is holding my dress!" The eldest princess just laughed and said, "You silly goose. You must have caught it on a nail." They all went down the stairs and arrived in a magnificent avenue of trees. The leaves were all made of shimmering silver. The soldier broke off a small branch as proof. They continued on to another avenue where the leaves were made of sparkling gold, and then to a third where they were made of dazzling diamonds. Each time, the soldier broke off a branch, making a loud crack, and each time the youngest princess was frightened. But her sisters told her it was just the sound of celebratory cannons. Finally, they reached a great, sparkling lake. 12 boats were waiting, each with a handsome prince inside. Each princess got into a boat with a prince, and a soldier, still invisible, slipped into the boat with the youngest princess and her partner. The prince in her boat remarked how heavy the boat felt today, as if he were rowing with all his might just to move it. On the other side of the lake stood a magnificent castle, brilliantly lit, with joyful music pouring out. They all went inside and danced until 3 in the morning. Their shoes were already beginning to show signs of wear. The princes then rowed them back across the lake. This time, the soldier sat in the eldest princess's boat. As soon as they reached the shore, the princesses said goodbye to the princess, promising to return the next night. They hurried up the secret staircase, and the soldier, running ahead of them, was already in his bed, snoring loudly by the time they closed the passage. The princesses, tired but happy, took off their fine clothes and placed their worn-out shoes under their beds. The soldier decided to watch for 2 more nights to be absolutely sure. Everything happened exactly as before. The princesses danced the night away, and the soldier secretly followed, gathering more proof each time. A golden branch, a diamond branch, and even a golden cup from the enchanted castle. On the morning of the 3rd day, the king called for the soldier. "Well," said the king, "have you discovered where my daughters dance their shoes to pieces every night?" The soldier replied, "Your Majesty, they dance with 12 princes in an underground castle." He then presented the king with the silver, gold, and diamond branches and the golden cup he had brought back as evidence. The king called for his daughters. At first, they denied everything, but when they saw the proof the soldier had brought, they knew they could no longer hide their secret. The king asked the soldier which princess he would like to marry. The soldier, being no longer young, wisely chose the eldest. A grand wedding was celebrated, and the soldier was named the heir to the kingdom. The magical spell on the underground castle was broken, and the princes were finally freed, though they were not quite as charming in the daylight. And so, the mystery of the 12 dancing princesses was finally solved. The soldier and his princess bride ruled the kingdom with kindness and wisdom for many years to come. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful fairy tales. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next story.
Thank you for watching Magic Tale World. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more magical adventures tomorrow. See you next time!